Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah, man, how you doing? You good? I know you like that. I know you like that. How long you been back, man? You know you like that. 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 What? You know you like that. Come on. You know you like that.
Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday, everyone, and welcome back to Live It Out, Inc. And click like, subscribe to our YouTube page. Our followers are going up. And I just want to invite you guys in for another epic night on Live It Out, Inc. Tonight's segment is titled, It's Not Too Late. Today, we're talking about something many of us have felt at one time or another. The belief that it's too late to start over, too late to pursue a dream, too late to heal, too late to become who we were meant to be, like to find our purpose. But what if it's not too late? So tonight we're going to just have an honest conversation about feeling that way. And I just want to ask you this question, this thought-provoking question. Have you ever looked at your life and thought, if I had started sooner, I'd be further along by now? And I know we've all at some point in life have said, man, if I had known what I known back then, if I'd have known back then what I know now, I'd have been so far along in life by now. So as you guys check in, just type in, hey, I'm here. Hello, how you guys are doing? Just want to give a shout out to all the graduates. I know it's graduation month, the month of June, our birthday month. So as you guys are coming in, just want to give a shout out to all the graduates, everyone that's obtained their doctorate degrees, their high school diplomas, their associates, their bachelors, their masters, your PhDs, your GEDs, everything. Congratulations to everybody. You guys are doing an amazing job. Tonight, like I said, we're talking about it's not too late. So we're going to come from a couple of points tonight. And this is the open mic. I want you guys to join in the conversation. So feel free to type your comments in the chat. Feel free to type your questions in the chat. We can go back and forth and we'll see how it goes. So I want to start off with saying, have you ever felt like you missed your chance? You waited too long or you were too far behind? For me, yes. A couple of things I felt like that I thought that it was too late for me, like to buy a house at my age. I'm like, why would I buy a house at this age in life when, they say it takes like 30 years to buy a house? Will I even be here that long? The housing market is so different now. So I thought about that. I thought about opening my own business. And I thought of saying, like, is it too late for me to open my own business? I thought about writing my book, which I am going to write. So that's a dream that it's just, I don't know why I'm so stagnated about it, but one of my dreams is to finish my book. I started, but I've never finished. It's just sitting there in the mist and it's not finished. So that's another thing that I've been struggling with, writing my book. And I want you guys to put in the chat, what's one thing you've been wanting to do, but you keep putting it off? Another thing that I keep putting off is going to the gym, but that's for different reasons. Life gets so busy. You get so caught up. So many circumstances happen that you just procrastinate. Sometimes we are procrastinators. And the one thing that when we put things off or when we start to feel like things that it's too late, it can have an impact on our mental health, on our emotional well-being. Remember, we talked about emotional well-being last week. when we put things off and we don't do and we dwell within the past, we start dwelling on those things. We begin to regret things that we didn't do. Like, man, I wish I had did this. Man, I wish I had took that job. I wish I had left this job and went there. Oh, I wish I had got married sooner. I wish I would have had kids. I wish I had I wish I would have. If only I would have. Maybe if I had done it this way. All the doubts and stuff that we go back and talk about. We live within the past. We dwell in the past. We relish in the past. That can start to have a toll on our emotional well-being, and we can't do that. We think about, we'll live there, we'll go there, and we'll stay in that moment, and we don't move forward because we'll start to beat ourselves up about it. We'll start to have those regretful feelings, and a lot of times people can't put past them. For example, what if I would have seen a therapist? Maybe I should have seen a therapist. I know I should have did this. I should have done that. I should have do that. So all this, it's never too late. So I want you guys to type in like something that you know you've been putting off, something you know you should have, you know you want to do, something that you know that you're meant to do, your purpose in life, your whole purpose for being here. And you putting it off, you shunning yourself, you keep putting it on the shelf, you keep procrastinating, you keep finding a reason not to do it. Or ask yourself, why do I not do it? Why don't I do it? Why do I stay stagnant? If the world is ever changing, why do we remain the same? And I got that quote from James Kirkland. If the world is ever changing, why do we decide to stay the same? So why do we make the decision to stay where we are when we know we can do something better, or when we know we're meant to do something more purposeful or more meaningful? Why are we sitting on our gifts? Why are we afraid to step out on faith and do what we know God has called us to do? Or why are we afraid to go for our dream, to go what we want, to go for what we want? Another thing what we can't struggle with, and this is another question. This is another question I want you guys to answer in the chat. What's something you struggle with most? Do you struggle with regret, or do you struggle with the fear about the future? Because sometimes the fear of being successful can make us scared. We can be fearful of being successful. Scared to make it, scared that it just might work, and then what? And that's crazy, but that's how some people feel. They're afraid of the success. What if I get it, then what? So what makes you more afraid? The regret about the past or the fear about the future? So while you guys are contemplating on that, I'm gonna keep talking. We're gonna talk about who created the timeline that we measure ourselves against. Like, say for instance, who said that we had to be married at a certain time? Like some people, some families I know, some cultures, you have to marry out the house. Some people say, well, I want to be married by the time I'm 30. Some people say, I want to be married before I have kids. I want to have my career, then I want to get married, and then that's the American dream, right? To have it all together. But who puts that timeline on us? Who puts that timeline on us and say, hey, you're supposed to be married by a certain time? It's never too late. When love finds you, then that's the time. So you can't let people put pressure on you. Does society put timelines on us? Does society tell us that, hey, by a certain age, you're supposed to have your house, your car, your husband, your kids, your business, and all of this at a certain age? Does society put the pressure on us? We're supposed to look a certain way by a certain age at a certain age. Do society tell us, hey, this is all the things you're supposed to be accomplished by then? You should have all these accolades, all these awards, all these degrees, all these accomplishments. Who's putting all this pressure on us? Who are we listening to? Who's in our ear? Who's feeding us these things? Is it social media? Is social media is telling us, hey, by the age of 30, baby, if you don't have a husband yet, you're not getting a man. If by the age of 40 you haven't bought a house, you'll never get one. If you hadn't opened your business by 25, it'll never happen. If you don't look like this, if you ain't did this, if you haven't done that, then it's never going to happen for you. Who is putting all this pressure on us to make us think that if we haven't accomplished a certain task or a certain thing in life by a certain time, that it's too late for us? Well, I'm here to tell you that it's never too late. We're not on people's time. We're not supposed to be lazy and stagnated, but nobody can put a time on how you do life. You have to do life. And that business is that cleaning business, that planning, that party planning. Oh, you got to do it. You got to do it. Whatever it is, it's never, guys, it's not too late. It's not too late. We may feel like it's too late. People may tell us too late, but we have to get the mindset. We have to have that's why we have to take care of our mental health, because we will allow people, social media, society, family, friends, everybody else around us to tell us that, hey, girl, you ain't did that by now. What you waiting on? You should have thought about that years ago. No, baby, because I can be what I want to be. They've been telling us this for years when we was in school, when we was little kids. We can do what we want. Anything we can do if we put our mind to it. We can do what we want to do if we put our mind to it. Now, a couple of things I want to touch on a little bit about when it's not too late. When we're on this mental health journey, even in whatever age, say for me, before I really started to be a mental health advocate, I never thought about mental health. It was never on my mind. I never thought about suicide awareness, never gave it a thought, just wasn't on my mental radar. Just going through life, just trying to figure it all out, still trying to figure it all out now. Just in my 50s, late 40s, 50s, when it was brought to my attention when we started Live It Out, the reason why we started Live It Out, that became my purpose. That's when I knew that it was like, hey, you were supposed to be doing more than just what you're doing. That became my purpose. And I thought to myself when it was brought to me that, hey, Mom, let's do Live It Out. I was like, girl, I can't relate. I can't do it. I don't really want to do it. I don't, what I'm going to say. I don't want to talk to people. I don't even really like people a lot like that. But anyway, press to do it, push to do it. And I said, okay, let me give it a shot. Let's see what happened. Dug into it a little bit. Love to do it. Love to do it. I love to do it. Writing a book. Never thought about it. Never thought about it. Never crossed my mind. And I would always hear my coworker say, girl, you need to write a book. The stories you got to tell, you need to write a book. And I was like, man, that happened so long ago. They was like, no, you need to tell that story. So again, I'm still in the writing a book phase. Y'all pray for me because I'm still trying to get that book on the shelf. I'm almost there. The mental health journey, taking care of myself, just getting there. Just starting to take care of myself mentally, emotionally, physically, all of that, just really getting into the brim of it. And if we can teach our kids, the younger generation, how to better take care of themselves mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually, and all of that, we can raise better humans. The world may be a better place to live in, but it's never too late and it's never too soon to start. So on your mental health journey, wherever you are now, it's never too late to start taking care of yourself. It's never too late to start looking after yourself health-wise. If you start tomorrow by saying, hey, I'm cutting out the sodas. Hey, I'm cutting out the sweets. Hey, I'm cutting out the fast foods one day at a time. Any little bit helps. Any little bit helps. But we got to start somewhere on our journey, on our mental health journey, people. We got to take care of ourselves. We got. Therapy. If you're not if you're afraid of therapy, or if you've had second thoughts about therapy, if you haven't even considered therapy, just look into it and see what happens. It's not too late. It's never too late. Don't think you're too far gone, that your life is just in so much shambles that a therapist can't help you. They're not there to help you like that. They're going to help you help yourself. They're just going to facilitate your thoughts and what you're thinking and allow you to hear yourself, to hear what you're thinking. So please look into it. If you need to forgive somebody, when we talk about forgiveness, people hold on to that bitterness and that grudgeness. You got to let it go. You got to let that go. When we start talking about forgiveness, somebody way back in your past, somebody that did you dirty. I know you got family members that probably did you wrong during childhood. Somebody that did something to you when you was a kid. Somebody that hurt you in your early years. Somebody that did something to you 10 years ago in an old past relationship, an old friendship. Anything that's hurt you that you're holding on to, it's not too late to forgive. This is the best time to let it go so you can begin to heal from it. So you can get that out of your heart, so your heart can purge that bitterness and your heart can purge that toxicity that's sitting there in you. And you can begin to feel better. You can begin to live better, and all of that. So if it's forgiveness that you need to work on, then by all means, please do that. If you're suffering from grief, it's no healing time when it comes to grief. Grief, you learn to deal with it. You learn how to live with it. Nobody can tell people how to grieve. Nobody can tell people how long they're going to grieve. The only thing you can encourage somebody to do is you just got to keep going through life, and you learn how to navigate through life with that grief. You learn how to deal with it on a day-to-day basis. But just know it's not too late. It's not too late for you to move past it, which you won't move past it, but to learn how to live with it and to continue to live your life so you can keep showing up as a better version of yourself. Because yes, grief is a monster within itself. It's something that you do not prepare for. I don't care what people tell you. I don't care what you see on TV, how many books you read, what you hear, none of that. It's just something life cannot prepare you for when you going through that major grief, that major loss, that loss that takes you out of here just about. Nothing in life can prepare you for that. But you got to learn we have to learn how to navigate through it and keep going, because it affects us, but then we have other people that's dependent on us to show them how to do it. Other people that's dependent on us to be that strong or that safe space for them, or that strong person for them. And that's hard to do when you're broken. It's because grief will break you. Grief can break you, and you really can't be nothing for nobody if you still in that space where you're not able to move forward. So do what you need to do. Take the time to grieve, but we can't get stuck there. We can't. And I had to learn this the hard way. So I'm speaking from experience, and I had to learn this the hard way. I had to allow myself to feel those feelings. And when they come, I still allow myself to feel those feelings, but I also have built up enough emotional boundaries to say, hey, you can't stay here. Since you can't stay here, you got to keep moving forward. And now sometimes you got to smile through the pain. You got to smile through the pain, and you got to just push your way through. And I found out if you take one step, if you just take one step, God will take 2, 3 more for you. You just got to get up. You got to push yourself up. You got to push. Like, seriously, you really, really, and it's hard to do. Trust me, I understand it's hard to do, but you got to push yourself forward. You got to. And a lot of times when we're in that moment, you have to be your own motivator. You have to be your own motivator in that moment, in that time, because that pain is on the inside. And a lot of people don't see it. A lot of people can't see it on you. So when you're in that moment, you got to be your own motivator. You really do. And that's a whole nother segment. We can do another whole segment on that, because that's a real big one for me. The next thing, when we're doing self-care, it's never too late to start taking care of yourself. I don't care if you 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, however old you are, it's never too late to start taking care of yourself. It does not matter what you've been through. It does not matter what you feel like, who you've been with, the relationships, how you've been treated, whether it's been you've been in domestic violence relationship, you've been in verbal abuse of relationships, whatever, anything that has been trying to break you or bring you down, it's time to start taking care of yourself. You cannot live off those people's pain. You cannot live off the pain that those people cause you. You now have to start taking care of yourself, starting today at 8/22 on June 2nd, 2026. It stops here. And your new beginning starts now. This is your new beginning. It does not have to wait till January the 1st, 2027. This is your new beginning. Because when you're trying to start over, you start over in the moment. You make up your mind, and in your heart and your determination has to say, hey, this is it. I'm not taking this anymore. I'm not laying down with this. I'm not accepting this. I'm starting over. This is my new year. It starts now. So your self-care, you got to take care of yourself. Take time. We talked about this last week. If you guys didn't tune in last week, go back and watch. Taking care of yourself. Do not be guilty for taking care of yourself, because people will not do it. People don't depend on people to take care of you for you. Take care of yourself, especially your mental health. If you for you guys that wasn't, because I got caught up in the grief part, you guys that wasn't on here earlier, I wanted to know that what's one of the things that you've been putting off for a long time that you felt like you should be doing. Like mine was writing a book. So type in the chat something you've been putting off that you know you should have been doing. And we're talking about it's not too late. We talked about all those things, but when people get in a relationship, this is one for me. Because I talk to a lot of women. I talk to a lot of people. When they're in relationships and they stay so long, my question is, what do you think? And this is just conversation. I am not a relationship therapist. I don't have the answers. I can't help nobody. I just have questions. When a person is in a relationship and they know it's not good, what do you think makes them stay? What makes them stay? Like, what really makes them stay? And I see you. Losing weight is something some of the followers are struggling with. Working out, developing my nonprofit. Oh, yeah, y'all, we got to get busy. We got stuff to do. I have a membership to Planet Fitness, the Black Card. I think I've been there 4 times. They take my money every month. I'm about to go down. The only time I'm going to Planet Fitness is to tell them to stop taking my money off my card because I want to cancel my membership. I don't go enough. So yes, that work, getting in the groove of working out. Maybe we need accountability partners that can really help us get to the gym. Maybe we need to set smaller goals. Like, hey, today I'm gonna walk for 15 minutes. That's it. And then the next day, I'm gonna walk for 15 minutes. So let's try setting smaller goals for this working out thing and getting to the gym. I feel y'all on that. We need to come up with a live it out workout plan. Being alone. That's the relationship part. So how do we break that? What do we do when we have the fear of being alone? Why do we stay and be miserable instead of getting out? Why are we so afraid of being alone? And this is just a question. Just an open mic. Like I said, it's open mic. Why are we so afraid? Or why do you guys think we are so afraid to be alone? Because even when we did the single segment, some of the young lady was saying that, hey, in my alone time, I found out that I'm better. You know, they love on themselves. They date themselves. They do this and they do that. But why do we find, and it's probably an older woman thing. I'm not sure. I don't know. But why are we afraid of being alone? Why won't we just allow ourselves to be alone and heal from a relationship that we knew that wasn't good for us? It's not too late. And then that's another part. We got to tell ourselves it's not too late to start over. It's not too late to start meeting people. I know the dating pool sucks. I know. They out there wearing dresses and they getting BBLs. I know. Trust me, I know. But however, why do we not want to be alone? Okay, we got one. Hey, I wish I had, a lot of us could bounce with the quickness. Okay. I wish I could tell you it's not for me because I bounce with the quickness. That's a good place, a good space to be in mentally, knowing thyself, knowing that I will leave you. Some people say the children make you stay, being comfortable in what you know, afraid of the unknown. Women hold on to hope, thinking man would change. Yes, and that's one thing that we as women have to realize, that we ourselves cannot change a man. If a man wants to change, he would do it himself. You can encourage him. He would change for you, but you won't change him. He would do it for you. Another thing we want to talk about is, I want you to answer this question. Well, that's before we go. I want to take a poll. What are dreams you are still holding on to? Besides the health and wellness, the losing the weight, I want you to type in the chat. What is one dream that you're still holding on to? For me, 2 things I want to do. I want to write my book, and I want to travel and train. Like, there's 2 things that I really, really want to do. If I could quit my job tomorrow, I would want to write my book and be able to travel and train teachers in different states and be financially stable. Those are 2 of the things, 2 of my dreams that I'm holding on to. Maybe your creative passion. I don't have the creative thing. Home ownership. Going to the WNBA. Yes. Yes, I concur. Dita. Yes, that has been you. Right. So what we're gonna do about it? What we got to do about it? Well, now we have to ask ourselves, what can we do about it? How do we hold on? How do we get somewhere remotely close to doing that and being realistically about it? Because we got to be realistic about it. We have to. How do we reignite that passion and that purpose? And why did we abandon that dream in the first place? Why do we even abandon our dreams? Reasons why we abandon our dreams. I know for me, when you're a single mom and you're trying to raise kids, a lot of stuff you put on the back burner. You have to make sacrifices. Health issues will have you where you can't move how you want to. When we talk about our faith, you guys keep talking in. You keep talking in the chat. You keep on the chat. We're gonna move on. When we talk about faith, hope, and mental health, mental wellness, how does hope impact mental health? You always got to have hope. And that's strange because somebody was talking about that the other day. You always got to have hope. You always got to have that little bit of hope to hold on to, because that's where your faith lies, and that's your belief that it can happen. Anything can happen. And how do we maintain hope during a difficult season? You gotta just trust and know who your Redeemer is and know who God is. I don't know. When I say hope, it just for me, it leads right into my faith. I have hope and I have faith, and I just have to trust the process that God takes me through when it's a difficult season for me. So never lose hope, guys. Never. I don't care what it is. I don't care what the situation is. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care how dark it may get. I don't care how dim your light may be. Never look. If you got that little bit of hope, that little bit of faith, you can get through it. You can really get through it. Please don't ever give up hope. All right. Now, want you to tell me this. What's one thing you're glad you didn't give up on? One thing you're glad you didn't give up on. And in your current season right now, like where you are right now, what's one word that describes you? What I'm glad I didn't give up on is myself. I'm going to bet on me every time. I'm going to roll the dice on me every time. I'm going to roll the dice on me every single time. I am not going to give up on myself. I am determined to not give up on myself. I'm not. And I'm not going to give up on my kids. Oof. Yeah, I'm not going to give up on them. I'm just hold strong with them. Hold strong with them. And one word that would describe me in my present season is perseverance. And I say that because at this point in my life, and this is like my personal story, is that every day I get up, I struggle with my knees. If you know me, you know I water like a duck sometimes when I'm walking. I'm like, ugh, because I have arthritis in my knees. But I'm never going, I never give into it. I never give into it. I would never give into it. I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to do everything I can to keep going. I'm not going down without a fight. I'm going to age gracefully. I am not going down without a fight. You would not take me down. Another thing, what would you tell someone? Everybody's saying they wouldn't give up on themselves. Faith, myself, and family. Strength is my word. Thank you. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you. Also, this was going to be another thing I want to touch on before we go, because this is going to be a short segment. Duck said I talked too long last week, so I'm not going to hold you guys. Another thing that I wanted to talk on is the mental weight of what I should have done. The woulda, shoulda. The what if I did this? What if I could have did this way? If I didn't do it that way, what if I had done this? The weight of just the woulda, shoulda, comparing ourselves to others. Feeling behind in life and living with regret. We're not doing that. Remember, we're not focusing on what I could have done last week, last year, last month, 2 years ago. We're not living in the past. We are not living in the past. I love these words. Resilient. I love these words. We're not living in the past. How much energy do you spend thinking about what you should have done instead of focus on what you can do today? So we're not spending our energy on the past. We're spending our energy on what we can do today. Moving forward today. Everything we got, every energy we have, every resources that we know, every plug we got, we're going to spend that on moving forward today, on those past dreams, on those dreams that we got sitting on the shelves, that business, that book, that whatever we try, that relationship, that conversation we need to have with somebody, that pain, that whatever we need to address, that therapist we need to go see, everything that we need to do moving forward to help take care of ourselves mentally, emotionally, we're going to use the energy to do that because we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. And I like that. My newfound energy is meeting people and loving them where they are, because you can't expect you and other people. You just have to respect people where they are. If you don't want to be bothered with them, fine. But just have enough respect for people for where they are. If that's where you are in life, sis, I get that. I understand. I can embrace you and say, hey, I can tell you about this. I can help you with this. But if you don't want to be bothered with people, then you don't have to. But then you don't have to be mean and evil and disgruntled and just nasty. You ain't got to be doing people like that. Meet people where they are if you can, if that's you. Offer your support and move on. All right. So Any more words? Because I did see the resilient word. I did see that, and I like that. I love that. I love that. Resilience. Rewrite your story. We are rewriting our stories. We're not living in the past anymore. It's not too late. It's not too late to start our business. It's not too late to start over. It's not too late to buy that house. It's not too late to start self-care. It's not too late to start taking care of ourselves. It's not too late to start on our health journey. It's not too late to start our mental health journey. It's not too late to forgive and move forward. It's not too late to find our place where we are in grief and to move forward so we can start healing. It's not too late. And we got to understand that it's not too late. We got to stop laying down. We cannot lay down. We got to get up and move forward. We have to get up and move forward. We cannot just live life. We got to live it out loud. We got to live life out loud and make your mark in the world. Build your legacy. Leave your mark on the world. Let them know that you was here because you have a purpose. Everybody has a purpose in this world. You have a purpose and you was meant to be here for something and somebody. You really do. And we need to tap into that. We need to tap into what's my real reason for being here? We know why we were created. So what is our purpose for being here? Just taking up space? No. You were here to serve a purpose. And we got to tap into that and live in it. You got to walk in your purpose. You got to shine bright like the diamonds that we are. So, in closing, 5 years from now, what would you regret more? Trying and failing or not trying at all? If you think about your life 5 years, not even 5 years, 2 years from now. Think about it. Would you rather not try at all or try and fail? What would be your biggest thing? I say risk it all. Like, see what happens. I'm at the point now when I get a challenge, I'm just like, oh, let me just see what happened. If it happened and it works, I'll be like, yes. If it don't, I'll be like, hot dog. Kind of like when you playing the lottery. When y'all be scratching off and hitting them numbers. If you hit, you be like, yeah. Then when you don't hit, you just be like, ugh. Stop spending all your money, though. Stop spending all your money. Better ways to make money. All right. If there's any other comments if you got any other comments, just put them in the chats. We're going to get ready to close out. You guys have been amazing. But before we leave today, I do want you to do one thing. I hope y'all got something to write with. Before we leave today, I want you to write down one thing you've been saying is too late for. Then ask yourself, what if it's not too late? What if today is actually the perfect time to begin? What would change in your life if you stop focusing on the years you've lost and start focusing on the years you still have? You can't control what happened in the past, but you can control what happens in your future. So start writing down we used to write our little goals down. I don't know who still do that. But what's one thing that you know you need, that you put back, that you was like, you haven't been trying to do no more? That nonprofit organization, I need you to get back on it. That home ownership, I need you to get back on it. That catering business, that party planning, I need you to get back on it. Getting back in the gym, losing weight, working out, I need you to get back on it. Everything that you said you wanted to do, I need you to get back on it. Writing that book, I need you to get back on it. Having that hard conversation with somebody, I need you to get back on it. Motivate yourself, remotivate yourself to get back into it. Your rap career, whatever it is you're trying to do, I need you to get back on it. Invest in yourself. When I asked you the question, what's one thing you said yourself? Everybody said that if they had to, they'll bet on themselves every time. They don't regret betting on themselves every time. You said you would do yourself every time. You believe in yourself every time. You didn't give up on yourself not one time. So now is not the time for you to give up on yourself. So go back to the drawing board, go back to the pad and paper, and let's start over again. Now, when we check in again, I want somebody to tell me, hey, you know what? I processed the paperwork for my organization. You know what? Hey, I looked into something I can do with the WNBA. Hey, I looked into, I got a membership at the gym. I done lost 2 pounds. We got to get back to it. We got to get back to it, and then surround yourself by people that support you, love you, care for you, and going to hold you accountable and responsible. Now, anything else you guys want to add? Any questions you may have, please put them in the chat. But that's going to do it for me. Thank you for tuning in to Live It Out. I got about 10 more minutes. If you guys want to ask anything. The next segment, I do have a young lady, and Doug, I didn't tell you that she wants to tell her success story. So I don't know if you guys was following Live It Out Inc. a couple of years ago, where Anaja was an addict. She wants to come back and tell her success story, and I think we're going to give her the opportunity to do that one time this month. It's not too late to live it out. Please believe it. It's never too late to live it out. It's never too late to live it out. Put your L's in the comment. Throw your L's up. June is our birthday month. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Like, again, congratulations to everybody. She's here. She's on. Congratulations to everybody that's graduating this season. Congratulations to everybody that went to the prom and everybody that got their degrees and diplomas and stuff. Keep moving forward. Keep going. Keep shining. To all your kids that graduated, congratulations to everybody. We will see you guys next week on Live It Out Inc. Thank you. See you guys next time.